talk about football development in Africa and put Nigeria right into that mix, because it's very, very important to carry Nigeria along as giants of Africa. And of course, a lot of countries look up to Nigeria's leadership to develop football in Africa. We started a conversation last night with the president of Sierra Leone Football Federation, Aisha Joasin. She's back again this morning due to, popular demand. But we told her you must come with a player. And so she brought a striker, Kai Kamara, plays for the Columbus Crew in the MLS, and also a striker with the Sierra Leonean national team. Kai, good to have you around. And of course, Aisha.
Great to have you.
Good to have you guys on Sports this morning. So, we have our brother and our sister right here with us. Let me begin with you. Nigeria has agreed to host the game between Sierra Leone and Cote d'Ivoire. Aisha, why did you guys choose Nigeria?
I think for the very obvious reason that Nigeria is a father figure, a big brother figure, and you guys, like I said last night, are born natural leaders. I also think the fact that Nigeria and Sierra Leone have a bond which is unbreakable, which goes way beyond, our fathers, our grandfathers' time. We've been having problems, as you well know, with regards to even participating in the games, and we've had to rise above all of that. Now, one of these issues that our boys have faced is the fact that having to play our home matches in the opponent's home turf. That is not an excuse for the defeat, but it certainly doesn't work to our greatest advantage. So this time round, we thought that it might be a good idea to try to see if we can, go somewhere else. Not only going somewhere else, but going somewhere else that could feel like home. And I have to say that Nigeria, after Sierra Leone, is one place that is home. So I would like to believe that as much as we're not playing in Sierra Leone, it'll be a case of Nigeria playing against Ivory Coast on Sunday.
Aisha is already picking a fight right here. I'm trying to take them to Port Harcourt.
But it's really to do with the human nature, the way that Nigerians have embraced us, and definitely the fact that we look at Nigeria and your structures and where you're going as one that we would like to follow, and we are going to follow.
Aisha, tell me about your ties with Nigeria. I know you've got some ties, some relations with Nigeria.
Well, for me personally, my family ties come back. My name is Abiodun.
Abiodun.
I was born on Christmas Day, and Iatunde. My other two names, my great-grandfather was from here. My father's brothers went to school here. I grew up with, I went to school with quite a few Nigerians who are pretty prominent. Lanre Tejosjo was my friend, Bukola Saraki, Toyin Ojora, who is now Saraki, a host of others, Latif, Bello Sagi, and of course I have my own very guru, Dele Momodu. So Nigeria has always, in fact, to be quite honest, it is like a first home to me. So it shouldn't come as any surprise that
All right.
All right. I know that you run a football club in Sierra Leone, and how challenging is it?
Yes, I own a Premier League side now. That has been a 12-year project, and it never started off as being a football. It was never intended to be a football team. It was just a humanitarian project stemming from after the Civil War, with some orphan kids and just underprivileged kids, really. The kind of kids you see every day, everywhere in Africa, playing on the streets. So it's a bit of a long story, but one of those where you take children in, you try to combine the education with the football, and you put them into local leagues. And I started traveling all over the world with them, putting them in international competitions from the ages of 12. And it's been a progression, and they went into the second division in Sierra Leone, first division, and now they're a Premier side. And I'm very happy and proud to say that some of these boys are here today playing for their country. And this is a progression I think every nation likes to see, the development. So it's been very, very challenging, but equally very rewarding as well.
All right. Let's look at, you are the president of the Sierra Leone Football Association. I want to believe you're the only female right in Africa. You know,
Libya or Burundi.
Exactly.
She just corrected me yesterday.
Oh, okay.
That there's no more Libya. There's the other lady from South America.
Well, for in Africa, I'm the only one. In the world, there are two of us.
Just two. All right.
Yes.
All right. But I mean, looking at football administration, you know, you having to head such a remarkable, shall I say, organization here in Africa. Let's look at it in the bigger sense, you know, the bigger picture. Do you think women are really up for this, you know, to take the mantle of leadership when it comes to football?
After me, they will.
You know, we're talking about the FIFA presidency, you know, and all of that. So.
Bigger positions.
Yes, yes, for sure. You know, there's a difference between women in football and women running football, women playing football, and I think we touched on that a little bit yesterday. To your first question, do you think it's time or women are ready to take on a leadership on that level? I would like to say yes, but for me personally, I think it's a learning process. I think it's going to happen sooner rather than later. It will happen that a woman will take on that position. And when that time comes, it'll be a great time for women all over the world. I think my being in the position that I'm in is a great inspiration for women globally, but especially women in Africa, women who feel challenged at having to get into fields that are predominantly male-driven. I've had to go through a lot of challenges and still going through them. But, you know, you learn with these challenges, and what doesn't kill you will only make you stronger. And it's really strengthened my resolve to do better. So you know, my win and my aspirations and whatever I do is not just for Aisha. It's for all women, especially all women in Africa. So it'll come.
Well done, Aisha.
Thank you.
Kai, let me get you talking. I see your teammates and you're smiling. Kai, tell me, how much damage has the Ebola virus done to your country's football? And how ready are you players to use football to defeat that?
I mean, first, you know, it's an honor to be here and, you know, talking to you guys. But it's been challenging. You know, at the same time, it hasn't been something that's knocked everybody down. You know, they haven't, you know, kept the guys playing. As, you know, the league in Sierra Leone wasn't playing for a little while, but at the same time, there was a bunch of guys being able to put together and, you know, still training, staying fit. And, you know, like Madam President just said earlier, you know, some of those guys being here right now to join us and giving the support for some of the players playing in abroad. And, you know, just all of us getting together and being able to play together. So it's good. It's not something we have to dwell on and, you know, make it knock us down. I mean, Sierra Leone, we've been through a lot. You know, Ebola is not the first thing. So for us, it's really just, you know, just being mentally prepared because we've done it. And we just, you know, got to be mentally prepared for every game.
Okay, let's talk about the 2017 African Nations Cup qualifiers. I remember a time, it wasn't a good experience for me, Sierra Leone defeated Nigeria. When we wanted to qualify for the 2002 World Cup, there's a name that I can't forget, Mohamed Kalon. Is he still in your team, by the way?
I wish he was still around. He's my big brother. I look up to him. He's, you know, definitely the idol of Sierra Leone football. When you talk about, you know, the JJ culture, you know, you talk about Mohamed Kalon, and he's an inspiration to everyone. So he's not on the team at the moment. No, he's done.
Your chances of qualification that's where I was actually going.
Yeah, we always have a chance. I mean, if we don't have a chance for players, there's no need for us to come in and play the games. You know, we're focused and we play in our various clubs and really try to do well so that we'll get called up to play for our national team. So coming into any game, you know, I mean, yeah, we're playing against Ivory Coast, the biggest, you know, team in Africa. But, you know, we're prepared and we believe that we have a chance, and that's why we're here.
Is Cote d'Ivoire your biggest threat in that group?
Oh, I have to say yes. Yeah, I mean, but then again, you know, it's football. You can't, you know, when the whistle blows, it's a different game against anyone. You know, you can play Sudan, you can play the other teams, and anybody can get a win any day. Yeah.
How comforting is it for you that Yaya Toure is trying to withdraw from national duty?
I think it's actually fun to play against the best players in the world.
Okay.
So, you know, we've played them before, and it was amazing to have him on the pitch and playing against them. So, I mean, it's, you know, they still have great names on the team. And him not being around doesn't put down anything, or this doesn't change our game plan. We still have to look forward to playing Ivory Coast.
Just to also let our viewers know that Aisha Johansen is a member of FIFA's Committee on Integrity and Security, and I'm going to talk to her about integrity at FIFA. Of this corruption scandal rocking FIFA, what's the way out of it?
First of all, it's a sad, not very good time. It's a very sobering time for FIFA and all the member associations. With regards to integrity, that again is a shame, because FIFA on the one hand will say to you that, you know, we are here doing our job, but we've got member associations, or we have other members who have not really played their part or lived up to expectations. You know, I think that the time has come for reforms. Big changes are going to be made and are in the process, and it will create a better, healthier FIFA, football for the world, if you like. Being a member of the Integrity and Security Committee, that's a big one.
I know.
I'm very proud that a woman from Africa is in that committee, because it just goes again to show that, forget about the Africans, us women, integrity, you know, we pride ourselves with integrity. It also means that trying to shape a new FIFA, a new football for the world, a better football for the world, we will be a part of that. Match fixing has been a big, dark, casting shadow, if you like, on football. In different member associations, mine being one of them. And some of the challenges I think that I am facing in running my football federation is the fact that match fixing has been a deep integral part of football running, if you like. And we are about to not clean it out completely. I don't think I can boast of being able to do that, but at least be seen, or to try to make an attempt to bring it, reduce it to a level. So I think with regards to integrity, a lot of work has got to be done with FIFA. I think in this new business of new faces all coming into the game will also help. Not necessarily younger faces, but definitely newer players, administrators, and maybe we could talk a bit more about that with even your own president being in one of the committees that is
for the under-20 and the Nations Cup. What does that mean to Nigerian football?
I think it's huge. I think it's huge. In terms of football development, youth football progression, it really starts at 17, 20, doesn't it? You know, and I'm sure you will all agree with me on that. And for your president to be in a committee like that, that is a stepping stone. And this is where you start to you start to nurture, and you start to pave the way for the players, not just for Nigerian players, the African players, players on the whole. And even he himself being in that committee, it means they will be looking at him and how he administers and how he applies his knowledge and the structures. So I think you ought to be very proud, Nigerians, that this is a man that will be there at the forefront as an administrator, paving the way for a better football